Hello everyone, Mas Bacho here and welcome to the last chapter of the hand painted texture terrain level series. So in this last chapter we are going to put everything down, and this is the chapter we finally make the level itself. Okay, now first thing, I'm going to turn on my screencast display here. First we need to create a plane, and we're going to add a modifier on this plane by simply hitting this branch icon here. Click that, add modifier, and add ocean modifier. Okay, now we're going to play around with the setting a little bit, probably increasing the strength, also decrease the choppiness a little bit. Okay, and after you happy with the result, clap your hand and hit apply. Now bring this turn up a little bit, somewhere like there, and hit tab to enter the edit mode and make some adjustment. Press C and select some of this face here, and hit S, Z and 0 to make a flat plane like so, and probably adjust some of this also. And maybe bring this forward like so, maybe this one. So basically just play around with the vertex here and make adjustment as you need until you find something that you like, or probably the way that your level is going to be need to, such as where is this going to be a highland, or you get the point. Now after we finish editing this level, this terrain, we want to increase the polygon density by pressing A to select all, then hit W, then we subdivide. This is going to be important later. Okay, hit tab to exit the edit mode. Now we're going to apply the material for this. Go to this material tab here, hit new, and to create a new material, then rename this to terrain. Hit enter. Also decrease the specular intensity all the way down to 0, and also we're going to add several other material. Hit plus icon here, hit new, and rename this to grass. Hit enter. Decrease the specular intensity also, create another one, hit new, rename this to dirt. Hit enter, just like before, decrease the specular intensity, hit new again, and rename this to rock. Hit enter, and also decrease the specular intensity. Now we're going to select our grass, then go to this texture tab here, hit new, and we're going to load our grass texture. Okay, choose the grass texture there, hit open, and go back to the material tab here, choose dirt, and hit new to create a new material and open our dirt texture. Okay, now go back to this material and select the rock and hit this texture here, hit new and open, then choose our rock texture. Okay, go back to the material, and after all that texture is loaded, we select our terrain material here, click that and enable node. Click that, this tiny icon. Okay, now we're going to create a light. Shift A and choose lamp and choose hemi. Bring this up a little bit there so that we can see what we are doing. And on this solid view here, click that and change to material. We don't see anything here. Click this terrain, then go to this terrain material. Click that, make sure we select this. Then we're going to divide our screen, and in this 3D view here, click that and choose node editor. And in this node editor, we're going to select our material node here. Click that, and this is going to be show up. Now hit hold control and then left click and drag to disconnect these two nodes here. Set this aside. Actually, I'm going to delete this and create everything from scratch. Delete that. Now we need a new node. Hold Shift A and choose input. We're going to choose a geometry node. Click that and put this somewhere here. Okay, now we're going to add another node. Shift A, choose input and material. Put this here. And we're going to duplicate this material node several times. Shift D to make a duplicate. Place there, and another duplicate by pressing Shift D. Okay. Now we're going to load the first material here. Click that and choose grass to make this our grass. And the second material is going to be our dirt. And the last material is going to be our rock. Okay. Now after that done, we're going to need another node. Shift A and going to go to the converter and choose separate RGB. Click and put it there. So basically this is going to be we want to combine this material here with this material, and we need a mask to combine this material, put them together. I don't know how to explain. Basically we need a vertex color as the mask. I'm not sure how to explain that, but hopefully you will understand as you follow how I did this. Okay, after we done this, we're going to need another node. Shift A and choose converter and color ramp. Click and put that there. Now we also going to need a mix node. Choose color and mix RGB and put this here. Now what we do is we need a mask to combine these two textures. But first let us combine these two textures by putting this glass material here. Put on this color node there. Also the dirt, put the color on the second color there. And if we combine this color to the color here, we're going to see our grass and dirt is somewhat stacking up each other and showing all at once. Okay, now what we do here, what we want, we need a mask to separate this dirt and the grass. To do that, we need a vertex color as the mask. So we're going to put the vertex color input here to the image, and what it does is separate the red channel, green channel, and blue channel. And for these two, we need the red channel and convert the red channel into black and white image to this color ramp. And we want the output of this color ramp to be the factor of this mix. As you can see, it's only showing the grass right now, but if we change this to the vertex paint and choose a red color, oh sorry, a green color, like so, and we paint, we're going to see our grass. Okay, and if we choose the red color here, it's going to paint our dirt. Now we also need the stone texture of to be showing here when we paint one. And to do that, we're going to select our color ramp here and also the mix shader here, and press shift D to duplicate them and put this somewhere here. And now we're going to plug our green channel to the factor of this color ramp. Then we're going to plug the result of this grass and dirt to the first color there, and then we're going to plug the stone material to the second color there. Now we're going to put the result of this mix to this output channel. As you can see, we now see the stone but with a slight dirt in it, and if we paint with the green, we see nothing, and we go to the red channel, we see the dirt, and if we go to the blue channel, we can see the grass. Now what we want to do next is, we can see that the texture is slightly large, and we want to scale this down to a tiny texture. And to do that, we're going to select our grass material here, go to the texture editor, then we're going to tile this somewhat like a 10 probably, and 10 also in the Y. So we get, when if we zoom in, we can see the texture is something like so. Okay, and now we continue to the dirt material. We're also going to scale this to by 10 and 10 also in the y-axis, and we do this also with the rock texture. Okay, now we go back to our terrain here, set this aside, and we start painting our dirt. So this is basically if creating a mask, and there is many way how to do this. You can use alpha mask for this using image, or they all have their own plus and minus on, on their own. So I'm not sure what I'm saying. I don't really know. Okay, now what we're doing is just creating painting some dirt there, and probably make some road there. Also probably there is a road right here going up there. And probably something like so. And like so, and probably paint some rock in this cliffside. And I think the rock is slightly too big, and we're going to fix that by increasing the tile size to probably by 20 and 20 also, and start painting it again. Oops, the rock is in the green channel, and you notice here that the separation between the sand, the dirt, and the rock has what is too much. The grass is showing too much, and we can fix that by going to our node editor here, and in this color ramp we can make the channel the white channel slightly closer to the black channel like so, and also in this second mix and like so. Okay, now we have slightly reasonable gap, and probably too much. I think that is fine. Probably some rock in here. Probably some here. Maybe not. Decrease this strength. Okay, next thing we're going to load out our asset into this level, and we're going to merge. First we need to exit the vertex paint mode and choose the object mode. Then we can go load our to append our asset that we just created in the second chapter, and choose select the file that we created and select object. Then we select the already creating a tree and the house, and then what else? Maybe the plane. Then select append from library. Now what that we have our asset here, we can move this asset to the second layer. Sorry, we can move this asset to the second layer by pressing M, then choose this second layer here, and we go to the second layer and probably scale this down. Then we can duplicate this and press M to move this to the first layer, and go to the first layer and maybe scale this a little bit, something like so. And we want to snap this to the face of our terrain by simply pressing this magnet icon here, click that and choose the face as the snap element. Okay, press G and drag this around like so, so it's snapping on the ground, and probably turn this house like so, and maybe create another house. Shift D to make a duplicate as usual, put this here. Shift D again to make a duplicate to make a duplicate and position this any way you like. rotate maybe. Maybe 50. Put this like so. Scale this up. Now we can add our trees. Select our tree, make a duplicate and hit M, go to the first layer and also snap our layer to the ground like so. Make a duplicate, put this here I guess. Maybe rotate to make a slight variation on this. And maybe put our push here. 50 to make duplicate, hit M, go to the first layer and position this. Somewhere like so. Maybe like so. Or we can add another texture here. Click the terrain and go to the vertex paint again and edit some, maybe add a little grass here. Okay, maybe a couple of rock here and there. Maybe some sand. Now we're going to test our lighting. Exit this vertex mode. Put this here. You can spend much time on this editing the terrain, the position of the trees, or probably you make another asset and put them also. In here I just showing the basic stuff. So go back to the creating the lighting. We're going to choose our hemi here and go to this light option and make this a slightly blue and decrease the strength to 0.5. Then we duplicate this hemi, bring this aside and change this to sun and increase the strength to somewhat 2 maybe, and change the color to a slight yellow like so. And probably change the direction, make it like so, slightly turn here, or maybe like that. And if the sun is facing this way, we want the hemi facing the other way. Okay, maybe like so. And we also want to test the shadow of this, and by enabling shadow, and you can see is looking slightly, I don't know what to say. You know, something like this. And maybe you can add some rock, creating some low poly rock or stone or anything. Let's do that. I have a rock asset. I think let's add a rock asset. Where is it? Where is it? This one maybe. Object and append from library, and where it? There it is. It's too large. Scale this down a little bit. Press G. Position this somewhere. Press 3. Go to the side view. Position this like so. Press 1. Go to the front view and position this also. And make an adjustment. Maybe like so. And maybe add some material with this. Go to the texture and change the material. Maybe give him a rock texture like so. Duplicate maybe. Bring this up a little bit. Maybe rotate. Duplicate again and put this thing here. Maybe scale this down. Something like that. So here it is. Maybe you can take some light in it. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to use that for the rock texture. Maybe this. No. Texture maybe. Okay. Okay, so this is the last chapter. Put everything down. So basically the important thing is, as we can see, actually the texture itself and how the texture is going to be looks in the environment. And also that can help is also the asset itself, the model of the, so it can help how to sell the good environment is. So this is a very basic, and just to kind of show you how this is, you most of you probably already understand this. And so yeah, I hope you learn something from this, and thank you for watching. See you again in the next video, hopefully. But first, let's test this on the game engine. Okay, go to the Blender game and choose the GLSL, and let's press P. It's looking good. We also have the shadow. Probably the shadow is too low, I think. Can increase the shadow like 1024, like so, to make it slightly high quality. Press P. Okay, that's it for now, and thank you for watching. See you again in the next video, and have a good life. Bye bye.